Hi, my name is Jacob, and welcome to another episode of Raw and Uncut on the Abrasive Conversations platform. In this episode, I am continuing with my series on counting down the top 5 moments of this year. In the second installment of this 3 part series, I will look at my top 5 international moments that will shape 2025. So, at number 5, it is Trump's re election as the President of the United States of America, or as we know it, America. So, Trump's election this year was expected and not expected at the same time. So, those were those people who expected Trump's re election, and then those people who did not expect Trump's re election. But what we did not see, especially as political analysts, is how bad Kamala Harris and especially the Democratic Party in the United States lost the elections to Trump and the Republican Party. So Trump already promised kickback and pushback on the international front, especially when it comes to blocs such as BRICS. He's already threatened to impose tariffs and certain regulations against BRICS countries. Now, this is important for South Africans because we are a member of BRICS. The S in BRICS actually stands for South Africa. At number 4, it is the continuous conflict in the Middle East. For example, recently the conflict between Hezbollah and the Israeli state have led to the invasion of the southern parts of Lebanon. If this continues, we might see a full-fledged regional conflict in the coming years. So in 2025, this is one of the things that we have to look out for. This continuous conflict between Israel and Hezbollah. At number 3, we still stay in the Middle East, and that is the assassination of the Iranian president. Now, for me, this is an important moment because what it means for us as the world population is the reality of a conflict between Israel and Iran. That possibility became clear after the assassination because the tension between these two states rapidly escalated. It escalated so much that both sides have started firing rockets and missiles at each other. So the possibility in 2025 and the coming years that there is a full-on war conflict in the Middle East between Iran and Israel has become a reality this year. Before 2024, the possibility was there, but it wasn't the reality. Now we are in that reality, and as a world community, we will have to live that reality in the coming years. At number 2 is the International Criminal Court's warrant of arrest for the Israeli President Netanyahu and some other members of his cabinet and state. Now, this is an important moment for the world community because before this particular warrant of arrest, the majority of people who was issued with a warrant of arrest by the International Criminal Court was mostly black Africans. Even though after many threats of the United States, the ICC decided to issue a warrant of arrest to Netanyahu. Now, this is important. If Netanyahu travels to other states who are signatories of the ICC, they are obliged to arrest Netanyahu. So the movements of the Israeli president has become so much smaller. Now, the reason for the warrant of arrest by the ICC is for the ongoing genocide that is taking place in Gaza. The biggest moment, international moment for me, is South Africa's genocide case against the Israeli state at the International Court of Justice, or the ICJ. Towards the end of last year, South Africa asked the ICJ to investigate whether the Israeli state is committing genocide in Gaza, and also asked to rule for provisional measures to prevent a possible genocide in Gaza. So early this year, the International Court of Justice ruled in favor of South Africa's request, and they said that Israel must do everything in their power to prevent genocide. But then after that, more information came to light, and that information came to light is what Israel is doing on the ground and at the borders. On the ground, they were decimating graves, they were killing women and children indiscriminately by drone strikes, people just walking, dropping bombs on them, and preventing food trucks coming into Gaza. A number of journalists have been killed, aid workers have been killed. So a lot of people were trying to help the plight of the people of Gaza have come under attack. Even at the international front, on campuses, lecturers, students have been subjected to some level of disciplinary because they are against the genocide. It's important because this case is not going away. It's costing the South African government millions of rands, but it's an important thing to do. It's important for us to be on the right side of history. And the one thing that I hope is that this would not be a once-off thing for South Africa where they do the right thing. That they will do the right thing in any other conflict where a possible genocide or a possible human discrimination is taking place. That they will take the same strong stance as they have done against the Israeli state. Because we know that elsewhere on this continent and the rest of the world, there is similar conflicts like this taking place. And South Africa is quiet on those type of conflicts. Now I know, and I stand with the Palestinian people, that we shared the same struggle since 1948, and that we will stand with them up until the end, up until Palestine are free. I understand it and I support it. But as a South African, I do not want us to be hypocrites, because somewhere in a continent, some of the liberation leaders that supported us in our fight against apartheid are committing atrocities against their own people. And we also have to stand up and we have to stand with those people on the African continent. And I hope in 2025 that South Africa would have a much bigger presence on the African continent, and that we will do the right thing. That we will take some of our African brothers to the International Criminal Court and put these cases of genocide in front of the ICJ and ask for provisional measures too. So that we as South Africans then are not hypocrites, and I don't like to be hypocrite. And I currently think the South African foreign policy is double-sided. It's doing good and it's doing wrong at the same time. It's either, for me, it's either bad or it's good. We cannot play both sides. Playing both sides is an extremely dangerous game, and it's harming the national consciousness in a much longer run. I would like to hear what are your top 5 moments. So Please comment and share with me what is your top 5 international moments. I would like to see them and discuss them on my channel. Thank you for watching. Thank you for the support. Until we see each other again, may God bless. Thank you very much. Bye bye.